Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode here on Oakfield Farm, where today we're trying to get the rest of these gold blocks that I refer to them these days stacked up nicely in the new straw facility. Let's have a look how that's looking. We are being beaten by the evening. The dew is starting to settle in, and it's getting a little bit damp. But look at all the straw that we've got here. Heavens above is a lot. I've got about another bale width to go back. You can see we haven't really squashed them all in tight together, but they're in. That's the main thing. That's all we can ask for. And yeah, we're about done. Just kind of getting there slowly but surely, to be honest. But hey, slow and sure wins the race. So far, we've carted in best part of the region of, I think we've got about about 350 bales in here so far, with about all in all so far this summer we've got about 520 in the baled up, ready to go, which is good. All of which I'd say about 400 is straw, so that's even better. We're just trying to get that back as far as we can. That looks like is us. Put forward a touch. Slowly pull away. And there we go. And now we're out there, we'll flick that down. We've got about one more load left in the field, which we're going to try and salvage before it gets too dark, and then we're done for the night. Combining's done, baling's done. We're going to come back in the morning, where hopefully, let's just get that folded up there. Yeah, come back in the morning, we're going to shift the combine. It's probably not going to be ready straight away to go. We've got a new tractor delivered today, which I must go and have a look at as well. It looks fantastic from what I've seen on the pictures. Might not be what you're thinking. But yeah, it's good nonetheless anyway, so we're going to have a look into that one as well. But you can see it's a beautiful sunset over the hillside there. We are cracking away. This field took us a while to get harvested, but it's all done. We have a couple left to run at, some on the top of the hill to the west of the main yard, and then one just next to the straw facility there where we're going into. At the moment, we're just going to take the combine back to the yard to give it a blowdown, service it up a little bit, because I don't think we're quite ready. So that's what we need to look into to see just kind of where we stand, really. And then we'll, if we can get going tomorrow, we can. There is some more contract work we've got coming up, some more wheat, but I think that's a day out as well at the very earliest. So we'll see though. We've got a lot that's kind of ready to go. A little bit rough and ready. But yeah, I've spent quite a few hours this evening stuck on here, so I really don't mind if this is the last load for today. We do have the two bale chasers now, you may have noticed there, we're flying. And something a bit odd up here as well that we'll get to in just a second. You can see there's a few strips of ground that we didn't harvest actually. And there's a very good reason for that. We've left it for two reasons. One, because it was a bit green in the bottom, and it just looked better to leave it really than anything else. Second reason as well, there's a lot of stones in that particular patch there that were ripped up at some stage. So we thought rather than do it, we just lifted the combine reel up and just drove straight through the thing. But yeah, we'll get that kind of sorted out when we come. We're just going to leave it for now. The birds will pick on at the seeds there, give them some food, and then we'll come back to the rest of it when we start to work this field down. So that's not too far away in the future, but we'll have a look at it then anyway. I think that's these are the last two bales we need to get from this side. There we go. Just have a little drive past this little island here. Oh, I think the sun is just starting to set in us there as well. Brilliant. Good job we got this pretty much done then, because it gets a little bit trickier at night. Okay. So how you doing? Hope everything is going very well with you, wherever you are, whatever you get up to. We've been flying. Got a lot done since our last video, that's for sure. But yeah, it's nice. This is one of the biggest fields we had. There's a field of maize behind that tree line that's going to be ready in about 3 weeks. There's a field of maize on the open cast line as well that we need to figure out what we're going to do with that. Obviously, I'm doing all the contract work for them, but I don't have any means to do that. So I'm looking for a contractor to come in and sort that out for us. But we'll see. Now, how are we looking here? 1, 2, I see 4, 5, 6 bales. With maybe space for another couple of rows. Let's find out. 7 bales. Okay. Typically, I bet we won't get them all in here anyway. Just to be awkward, I guess. Let's give that one a tap, see if we can spin it out. And around the corner we go. Excellent stuff. So we'll go for a couple more. And then yeah, once we get this done tonight, I'm looking forward to a relatively early night. It's been busy here, so we've just been going and going and going really. Which is always a good thing when it's a harvest time, but yeah, sometimes it does get to the point where you just need a rest. Let's take that guy. And up it goes. See, yeah, we got room for one. Oh, there's one more in that little patch there. Nearly missed. I think there's only a couple left in the field, so it'll be annoying if they don't all fit in. Ah, no, we're full. The bale sensor's not triggering, so that is us. Well, with that, we're going to take this one back down to the shed then. We'll get this stacked. Tomorrow, like I say, will be a new day. We've got plenty to get cracking with over at the yard there, so come back and we'll join up with you in the morning bright and early. We'll see just what we can get ourselves in, what trouble we can get ourselves into. Well, morning folks. It just seems like yesterday when we last spoke. You can see today though, unfortunately, it's a little bit overcast. There. It was a little bit damp overnight. When we finished with those bales, it got pretty damp, so the ground is a bit wet still. We're not going to be combining for a good few hours this morning until the sun burns that away. So what we're going to have a look at is the new tractor that arrived on the yard just yesterday. And look at it in all of its glory. This is our new lawn tractor. It's a Case 235. It arrived from Marwell Machinery yesterday. They delivered it for me. And yeah, we needed some just to tidy up around the yard here. And I think you'll agree, it's an absolute gem. It's really beautiful. It's in great condition. Looks immaculate. Bodywork is great. Only a few hours on the clock here, and I picked this one up for next to nothing really. So very happy indeed with this guy. We'll get into that as soon as we can. This morning now we've got a few jobs that we want to go and do. A few things that I ideally believe that we need to get kind of ironed out and figured out. So that's what we're going to do. First of which, we do need to bring the combine back to the yard, but I think, yes, we're going to do that actually. I'll get Barry to give me a lift over, and we'll get that all brought back to the yard, get it blown down, get it serviced up there, clean out the filters, grease it all up, make sure it's all looking great, and then we're good to go. The cattle have all been fed, they're out there already, haven't been milked, looking good, very happy as usual, which is always what we can ask for. Get that gate shut, get out of the way of it. So I'll get Barry to give me a lift up. I need to sort these bales out on both of our chasers sooner rather than later, but that's a job for not now, effectively. And then yeah, we're good to go. We do need to get some ploughing started soon as well, and some grassland. Might get Barry set up with that at some point. And we're also trying to get a demonstration of a new John Deere 8R, just to see how it goes. I love this 6R. We got the 6250R here. I am toying with the idea of upgrading it to a 7, and when I was discussing it and figuring out prices and things, the dealer said I could have a demo of an 8. Now, I'm never going to get rid of my Fent. Dealer knows that perfectly well. The 1046 that we have is brilliant. But yeah, I'm just wondering, what I'd like is when something with a little bit more weight behind it. The 6R is good, but it doesn't like the baler very much. So we've got a 7R. Then we could put the Fent at this time of year onto the drill or onto the plough and get cracking with that as well. So it's something that we're thinking about anyway. But we'll see. For now though, we're going to just head on over to the combine. We'll see you over there, and we're going to have a look at it and bring it back to the yard where, well, if it stays like this, we're going to have plenty of time to get cracking with it and have it clean over. And just like that, we are here, we're ready to go. I need to take off the header trailer. No, what we could do actually, because we need to take the header back to the yard as well, but Barry's already gone. We can take this through the main straw exit from the straw facility there, and that gives us a clear way out, which is nice and easy. So I think we'll do that. Let's climb on in, get it fired up. Fantastic. So yeah, a lot of different little jobs to do really at the moment, but we'll get them all done bit by bit. And fold that out. Now I just need to kind of lower that down. Perfect. Alright then, and that is done. Certainly makes it easier. Having the wheels on that draper header, it certainly makes it a little bit easier just to get this away. Now what we're going to do is just hook this up. Let's have a look, see how we're doing. Yeah, I can't see people. Okay, so we need to be over by about 3 meters. Okay. That's better. I got it in that mirror there now. We can see where we're going a little bit. Excellent. About turn and we'll get ourselves in. So we're going to head down. We're going to go through that little gap in the hedge we've made. We'll just take our time to get over there though, and then we can, yeah, we're done in this field. Combine is away. Like I say, there's some maize over that hedge line there, and then that's just on the top of the hill done at least. And then really it's a case of what the contract work's looking like and when we can get going with that. But for now I'm pretty happy with where we stand, in all honesty. But yeah, so it's not gonna be. It's gonna be a slow start, if a start at all today on the combining. But it doesn't worry me too much. I've got plenty of other things we can get cracking with, and it's nice to get that little bit of downtime, really, just to kind of get caught up on everything else. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, and yeah, I think so far then we've probably got about another of our own land at least. We've probably got about another 150 acres to do. Contract land that I know of at least is currently about 75. We'll see what else comes up. You never know. There might be a little bit extra here and there. So not a great deal, but yeah, it'll keep us going. Straw wise, we're looking good. I budgeted to try and get in the region of around 2,000 bales of straw. At the top end of the budget. We're not going to make that, I don't think, but we could be well on track to get in the region of about 1,200, so that'll be good. That should see us through. But that will be for both cattle and for the straw job here, so we'll have to see. Meanwhile though, we're just going to take it nice and slowly through the middle of this. It's a good idea having this in, because it means I can bring the combine in on my own without needing an escort. Whereas I can't get through that village and that narrow lane without having an escort. It's just too big. Excellent. Now I think we may have left the lights on here overnight. That's not ideal. We're going to shut down those. Where's that? There we go. Perfect. Yeah, let's go turn those ones off as well. Perfect. Excellent stuff. Okay, so away we go. As you can see, it's looking pretty good. We've got a fair few bales in there. Plenty more space though. Plenty more space. Now we currently still have, if you recall, we have all of the bales that are currently still up at the minefield, and we need to pull those down sooner rather than later. So that'll be the next kind of slightly damp day job, I think. But yeah, we've got that to do. We've got to get some groundwork over for some spring, for some winter oilseed rape to go in. We need to get that in first, and then we always want to get your winter oilseed rape in by the last weekend of August. That's always my motto. Oh, how are we looking here? Good. Alright, and away we go. If we get it in by then, it's got the best fighting chance it can to really mature and establish itself. Let's just pull over the road there. Thank you. So back up to the yard we go. We're going to jump into the fence, I think, this morning, once we've got this all blown over, and then we're going to go put on the Amazon cultivator, and we're just going to get started, really turn the top of some land over, and just make a bit of an indent, really. Like I say, all we're going to be doing is knocking over the top kind of 2 inches of ground, just mixing it in a little bit, and then this is where we want to come into. But yeah, we just can't get there yet. It's just going to be a bit too damp in there. Had a walk through there late last night and it was so damp in the bottom, so it's not going to happen today. But that's another problem. We'll get there when we get there. Our sugar beet to our left here is, well, I'm going to have to find something to come in and do that as well. That's going to take some harvesting, but it's probably going to be the last break crop of sugar beet we do for a while, I think. I might look elsewhere for a different option. And onwards we go, and if you look to our right, it looks like our silage ground is about to come good again, so we might see what that's looking like, see if it needs another tickle of nitrogen. If it doesn't, then we'll, I fancy just doing the headlands as silage and then the rest as hay, but we'll watch this space there. I need to think about that one. And then we've got the other field directly through here, which is a little bit further behind, of course. That doesn't look quite ready. And that one at the far end has been ploughed out, so that's another thing we've got to do. So lots of work ahead, that's for sure. Yeah, that looks like it needs, just a little bit more. Look, it's just starting to thicken out a bit. Farming from the combine seat whilst you're driving down the road, that's the way to go. Okay. Perfect stuff, and off we go to the races. So we'll get this all parked up, we'll get this blowing down a little bit. We might look to do that later on, and we might just, if we're not going to get going at all today, which could be the case, we might look to do that in a bit. Because I want to get started with some cultivation as well, so that might be a good place to start for the rest of the day. Plenty of grass here for me to get my mower worked over with, that's for sure. Plenty of opportunity to get going there. And we'll spin this one around here. Great stuff. Alright then, I think that'll about do us. We'll edge it forward a little bit. Perfect. Left my lights on, didn't I? Yes, of course I did. Okay, so we are going to jump into the fence for now. We'll get that hooked back up onto the cultivator there. We can get it, kind of get ourselves ready to roll with that really. Let's just spin this around and hook the baler as well. Alright then folks, we're away. We've got ourselves set up there without any problem. We're just going to take it straight down and head up to the open cast land, see what mischief we can get ourselves up to there. Should get going for the best part of the day. If the weather's going to stay like this, then we won't be combining, but if it brightens up this afternoon, we'll pull off here and we'll go get straight back on with the combine, I think. But either way, plenty to do, so we'll see how that goes. For now though, we'll leave this here. We'll bring you another bit of an update from the field, I do believe, at a later date. And yeah, and we're off to turn some fields, some stubble over, which would be great. Oh, get out of the way, excuse me lady. So we will leave it here. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, as always, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Simulation for the Nation, and we will see you later on. So until then, thank you ever so much for watching. Stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.